If you haven't heard already, Redbubble just announced a huge bombshell that is really going to change the print-on-demand community by introducing a new tier system to their platform. This news has some very upsetting ramifications for what it means for the profit that you're able to make on Redbubble and the kind of things you're able to do for your shop. So in today's video, I'm going to explain everything about this new tier system, what you need to know, and whether or not you should leave the platform completely. When news hit inboxes about the new tier system being introduced and the fee structure that they're going to be implementing on Redbubble, sellers will immediately enraged, upset, very confused about what this meant for the future of the platform, and rightfully so. I have been a longtime fan of Redbubble. Even though they don't tend to make me as much profit as sites like Amazon or Etsy, they are so easy to use, they're really welcoming to anyone, and they make it so easy to get visitors and organic traffic to your sales. So it always was a great option for me to recommend for new print-on-demand sellers that are looking to get their designs on another site. But this whole thing has me rethinking what my views are on Redbubble and what I think we should be doing about this new tier system. If you aren't familiar with it, essentially, Redbubble has classified all of their sellers into 3 tiers. So you have the standard tier, you have the premium tier, and then you have the pro tier. And unfortunately, the vast majority of all sellers have been classified into this standard tier, meaning that they are now going to be subject to the fee structure that Redbubble is going to be implementing every single month. In Redbubble's own blog, they have a graphic that they've created explaining a little bit about the differences between the 3 tiers, but they definitely leave out the biggest difference, which is that the basic level of the tier they are going to have to pay, while the other 2 are safe from that fee structure, at least for now. The biggest differences and what additional features you're going to get if you are in one of those other tiers is you're going to get more tailored help. So you're going to get email newsletter insights, advance notice of sales dates, opportunities to create licensed fan art. So this is one of the biggest hits that is happening to those standard accounts. Previous to this, anyone was able to participate in the Redbubble fan art program. It was a program that I have raved about before. I've had multiple different artworks make it into this fan art program, and I just thought it was a really great opportunity to be able to make a lot more money from really recognizable IPs. But now, if you are not in the premium or pro tiers, you're not going to be able to participate in that. And if you do have any artwork that is already accepted into those programs and you get downgraded into the standard tier, from what I am understanding, your fan art is going to be deleted, no longer on the marketplace. So if you've only had 1 or 2 maybe fan art pieces get accepted, you might be saying goodbye to the extra revenue that those bring you every single month. And along with the pro tier, they are introducing a lot more different marketing and PR opportunities, just a lot more tailored experience, very individualized. It seems like they're going to be doing a lot of work to promote these pro accounts. And from what I understand, these are going to be reserved for those very high dollar earning accounts that have a really recognizable brand behind them. Now let's go over the biggest change, which is going to be this tier system. Again, on the Redbubble blog, they have this fee table laid out where you can see how much you can expect to pay every single month based on your estimated earnings. Unfortunately, a lot of these fees are getting up to almost 50% of the profit that you stand to make, especially in the mid earnings categories. So if you are making a lot on Redbubble, the fee is going to be a much smaller percentage, but the people that are getting hit the hardest are those lower earners. And that's very discouraging, especially for new sellers, because maybe you are making only about $25 a month. That could easily be cut down to just $12 or $13, unfortunately. All right, so in that lowest earning tier from $0 to $1.99, which means maybe you just sold 1 or 2 stickers for that month, you are not going to have any fee. But if you make only 1 cent more, pushing you over to $2, you're going to be paying a whole dollar. 50% of your profit immediately ripped away, put back in Redbubble's hands. If you're making $10 to $10.99, they're going to take $4.30 from you. $12 to $12.99, you're getting up to $5. And then where I see a lot of earners is around $80 to $100. So if you're making $100 to about $150, they're going to be taking $34, which is, if you're making $100, that's 34% of your profit just gone like that. Redbubble has claimed that they're making these changes in order to keep up with some of the rising costs of manufacturing and products. as well as kind of help with their artist problem of just having too many people on the platform. But unfortunately, I don't see this helping that at all. What I wish they would have done, and what we've seen other print-on-demand companies doing, is just starting to increase the base price of their products so that we as artists, say we make $5 on every shirt, if they're changing the price maybe from $15 base price to now $18, we could simply move up our artist margin so that we would be making more on each product. Even though that is really unfortunate, I think that could have been a better solution than just saying no matter how much profit we make, they are going to be taking out a certain percentage. And some people are saying that maybe this will help the rampant problem that Redbubble has, where there are just so many copycats and bots just creating hundreds and hundreds of designs that are not good at all. You see so many garbage designs on Redbubble that it's just off-centered, it's spelled wrong, just people going off things that they see are trending and creating hundreds of listings just like that. That problem is all across Redbubble, and it is something that needs to be addressed. However, I don't think that this solution is going to help it at all. I definitely think that this could end up making the problem worse, because now if you're making 40 to 50% less on all of your profit, people are going to be more incentivized to take less time making designs, to have bots upload more and more, because now it's not really worth it for artists to spend a lot of time investing into Redbubble. We just don't have the profit to back up really making very original content for Redbubble. So again, this has always been more of my tertiary recommendation for maybe a third print-on-demand site to start, but now even more so, it's just not worth it to make this your primary print-on-demand site. So another question I keep seeing asked and a lot of confusion around is, how do you move up in tiers on Redbubble? So unlike on Amazon merch, where we have pretty clear guidelines on what it takes to actually make it from one tier to the next, on Redbubble, it's very murky about what you have to do. They do give some guidelines, but these can be interpreted so many different ways. So on Redbubble's blog, they've said that artists can move to premium by positively interacting with the marketplace, developing a personal brand, creating and uploading unique content, generating sales, promoting via social media, and following the community and content guidelines. So that leaves a lot of gray area. What do they mean by making sales? Does that mean making 10 sales a month, or do you have to make 500 sales a month? Posting on social media, is that a requirement or just something they think it might be good to do? Does that mean that we have to start sharing our designs on a social media platform? And positively impacting the community, I guess that could mean not just spamming the account with really bad designs. So that could be one way that this might positively impact the space. But again, it's very, very unclear about what thresholds you have to meet in order to be moved to the next tier. So do I think sellers with already existing Redbubble accounts should just go ahead and shut down their accounts completely? Well, I was very, very upset with this news. I don't really think that it's grounds to completely walk away from the platform. While those fees are really going to hurt and not incentivize a lot of newer sellers to continue creating really great content for the platform, if you have already spent a lot of time creating designs and uploading them to Redbubble, there is no reason to delete your entire catalog. You've already invested time putting all of those up there, and if they are generating you any profit, you might as well just continue to let those exist there. If you do choose that you don't want to upload more, that is totally fine, but there's no reason to, even if you're just making a few dollars that's now being cut in half, there's no reason to miss out on that money. So just leave your items there. I will be continuing to upload to Redbubble because I have never designed exclusively for Redbubble. I'm designing for Amazon and Etsy primarily, and then I use Redbubble as just another marketplace to throw my designs, not spend a lot of time there. So I will continue doing that, and I think that could be a good approach. Now, do I think if you've never sold on Redbubble, you should go ahead and make an account? My response is definitely similar to if you should keep uploading. It's relatively very easy to create an account on Redbubble, and it doesn't take a lot of time to upload new products, especially if you're just making a few new ones every single day. So I would never recommend it as your first choice, but if you already are making designs for Amazon, Etsy, or another print-on-demand platform, take some extra time and you could still upload them to Redbubble too. As the situation develops and I see how this plays out, that could always change too, and I will continue to keep you guys updated on my thoughts about if Redbubble is a viable option for print-on-demand sellers. Now, what are some good alternatives if you just don't want to mess with Redbubble at all, or you're looking to get somewhere else, or just expand your print-on-demand platforms that you're on? So two that I've recommended a lot in addition to Redbubble are both Zazzle and TeePublic. Those both have relatively good organic traffic and they're starting to get a lot more traction and name recognition. So those are both great options to try. Zazzle definitely has some really cool capabilities and a lot of people go there especially looking for items like signs, invitations for things like weddings, baby showers. So that is really cool if you're looking to get into personalizing those types of items. That is really awesome that you can make those kind of templated invitations and then people can purchase them for you. But they do have all the standard print-on-demand products like shirts, wall art, you name it, Zazzle has it. And then TeePublic definitely specializes in t-shirts. This is a great option to start uploading your products to. And I think they are doing a really great job over there trying to support their artists, maybe unlike Redbubble is right now. What are your thoughts on this new tier system? Are you going to be continuing to sell on Redbubble or creating an account with them if you never have already? How do you feel like this is going to impact them in the long term? I definitely could see this really hurting them and them ultimately losing out on a lot of their profits and their good sellers on the platform. When companies find ways to make more money doing about the same thing, it's not often that they backtrack on this, so it will be curious to see how Redbubble responds to all of the backlash that they are receiving. But in the meantime, if you are looking to get started on another platform like Etsy integrated with Printify, I will link a video here that you can watch that will explain all of that if you're just trying to find another platform that is going to be able to allow you to make more profit in print on demand. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.